Then now's the time to innovate. Now's the time to grow and really work hard on ourselves and ask the right questions. Now, you ask me, how do you stay motivated during the challenging times? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Here's how you stay motivated during challenging times. You get clarity. Because for all of you that are listening or watching, have you ever had times in your life where you say, man, I just feel unmotivated. I feel burned out. I'm lacking motivation. Well, a billionaire that owned 40 companies in 60 countries taught me this. It's not lack of motivation, or if it is, it's from a lack of clarity. Clarity gives you focus, and focus gives you energy. It all comes back to clarity. So why are you doing what you're doing? It's not the money. You have to put an emotional attachment to the money. So if you're an employer, you want to think like this. Your employees, they want to be a part of something bigger than just a job. How do I attract good employees? You got to have a culture and a mission and a vision that makes it bigger than who they are and help fit into why they're doing what they're doing. So anything that we ever achieve and we win, we achieve in our head first. So the clearer the picture of your goals in your head, the more goal directed your actions are on a daily basis. It all starts between our ears. The late Bob Proctor, the great Bob Proctor said, look, if you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hands. So when you have clarity and vision and you put an emotional attachment to the money, that's what helps you stay strong enough, long enough as you go through the daily emotional roller coaster of life and business and health and everything. So for me, I still felt like quitting. Right? Even when I had made a lot of, millions of dollars and built organizations that did hundreds of millions in revenue, I still felt like quitting. It was less than I felt like quitting before. It's okay to feel like quitting as long as you don't quit, right? But what helped me stay strong enough, long enough, was continuing to have my goals and my reasons in front of me. Reasons reap results. Motivation, a motive for your actions. So I know it's hard to see around my office, and some of you are listening on an audio platform, but I've got a success environment set up around me because I don't feel like doing it the majority of the time like all of you. But what does feeling like it have to do with living up to my God-given potential? What is it that you really want? Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? And when that billionaire that had 40 companies in 60 countries that was paying for 1,000 kids a year to go to college, that had given away hundreds of millions to charity, when he said, Darren, I want you to do a dream board. And I'm like, man, I'm thinking to myself, am I a child? I know my last name is Kid, but does that mean I'm going to go do a dream board, a vision board? But he understood that your brain doesn't know the difference in reality and what you tell it. So when you visualize an experience, your brain, your body produce the same chemicals and endorphins as if the experience actually happened. So you can experience an experience before you ever experience it. Now, why is that important? Because we move in the direction of our expectations. What you think about, you truly do bring about. Thoughts are things. So when you start to visualize and dream and set your goals and be intentional and proactive, and then we move in the direction of those expectations, we move in the direction of things that we're familiar with, and the reticular activating system, I don't want to go too deep, but your brain, we have to tell it what we want, and our brain wants to be right. So if you've never noticed so many cars on the road like the one you're driving until you bought it, they were there before. But it's the awareness. And so when you set your goals and your dreams, it allows things in that reticular activating system to serve those goals and dreams and blocks things out that do not. So be very careful what you think about, be very careful what you speak about. And then what you do is you're setting those goals and getting very clear. Clarity gives you focus, and focus gives you energy.
Oh, I love that. Well said. It sounds like you got a lot of just success stories and how you got here. I don't know if you could rattle off some of the keys to success in business and life, Darren.
It's not what goes on around us as important as what goes on within us. Like we have to control what we can control the controllables. And focus on what you can control, not what you can't control. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Focus on where you're going, not where you've been. You probably heard, hey, listen, there's a reason the rear view mirror is a lot smaller than the windshield of your car. And so what you focus on, you really do attract. What you think about, speak about, you bring about. What you focus on, you attract. Or the billionaire would say, hey, Darren, you magnetize the conditions that you seek. So, I know like there's a lot of people that are listening in. I just saw it popped up on my social media right before I jumped on here. A 40-year-old that was famous just committed suicide. And I'm like, dang it, man. It made me sad because, we had a teenager here not too long ago. I'm starting to go, hey, look, I'm volunteering at school systems. Let me talk to the teenagers. Because, John, people look at me now and what they see, a lot of people, they think maybe they can't relate. Man, how is he in magazines and books and speaking on stage in front of 25,000 people and having dinner with John Maxwell and being interviewed by Grant Cardone? What they didn't see was the depressed teenager that was angry and insecure and being bullied. And I grew up with OCD, obsessive compulsive, and I didn't know how to handle my thoughts. And so I was so angry. I was fighting all the time. And so I didn't know how to think. I didn't understand these principles of what it takes to change your life and then what it takes to change your business. And then what happens, John, is these things affect every single aspect of your life. So when it comes to success in any area of your life, and John, you and I both know there's a lot of wealthy people like the one that just committed suicide that was on TV and everything else. They're not happy. They're not fulfilled. So for me, it's not sacrificing my health, the first part of my life, to gain wealth. And then most people, the mega millionaires and billionaires, a lot of them that I've met, they're spending the second part of their life trying to spend their wealth to get back their health. So that's your mission. You have the anti-aging, right? Things that improve people's health. So it's clarity on every aspect of your life. I'll be married 30 years, right? I've got a phenomenal marriage. I've got 5 kids. I work out with my boys. I get pedicures with my girls, right? I've got I'm blessed with an awesome family. I'll be 50 years old. I feel better than I did in my 20s, right? I really do. I feel better than I did. I probably act like I'm a teenager most of the time too. My wife will tell you too, right? Like my last name fits, kid, but it's about getting clarity. It's about, creating habits and rituals that serve you. So no matter how you feel, you have these habits and rituals in your life. At first you create them, then they create you. It's about being coachable. The same thinking and behaviors that got us to where we are, not the same thoughts and behaviors that get us to the next level. And big egos equal small pockets in business.